Hi, record collectors and music lovers. Bob here. I wanted to start by sharing with you some of my recent pickups. This first one here is from the jazz festival that I saw, and this group is called Ibrahim Electric, and they are a fantastic trio with drums, guitar, and keyboards, and they're from Denmark, and they play a mixture of, and let me just read this to you, feral psychedelia, a propulsive, almost punk jazz aesthetic, ferocious avant-garde groove workouts, and a wild mix of soul, Afrobeat, funk, rock, and even hints of surf. This boundary-stretching Danish group is impossible to classify, and that is true. These guys were totally awesome. No vocals to get in the way. They played an incredible set, and where they performed was at an open air theater. They did one live performance, and that was it. If you didn't see them for this one performance, that was it. You know, they weren't going to play any more during the festival. So these guys were fantastic. Okay, I'm going to move right along. This one here. This is also a group that performed at the Jazz Festival, and these guys are called Bushman's Revenge, and they're from Norway, and they are an incredible instrumental jazz fusion trio, guitar, bass, drums, and these guys are totally incredible too. And I'll just give you a little bit of a description of what these guys are. Named for a mouth-searing hot sauce, the Norwegian guitar trio Bushman's Revenge embraces prog rock, Hendrix, the exploratory jazz of Sun Ra and Alice Coltrane, and the raw power of Black Sabbath. Superbly paced and poised in the indefinable zone between composition and improvisation, Bushman's Revenge balances brute heaviness and meditative bliss. And these guys were totally incredible. Again, all instrumental. I picked up the CD so I could listen to it on my way home in the car. And at the merchandise table, when they were finished, I went down to have a look. They had vinyl. They had 3 different LPs. I picked them all up. They're all fantastic. And if you ever see them, you know, if they should ever come to your town, you've got to go and see them. If you dig fusion, you should really pick these things up. They're incredible. The next thing I'd like to show you is these 2 45s that I picked up. These are from Pakistan. They're EPs, and this one here is called, it says the 4 folk tunes of Pakistan, and the group is called Forethought. And a really cool picture of them on the back there. As you can see, they're all decked out in their Western instruments. Even one guy's wearing sunglasses there. This is instrumental. It's sort of in that sort of garage, early 60s, you know, safaris, shadows, workout. Very cool. I don't think you see these too often. This one here is the same sort of thing. These guys are called the Mods, and they're also from Pakistan. This is a Pakistani recording. There's a picture of the group on the back there. Again, 4 instrumentals. Very cool stuff. Garagey, you know, really, really interesting. Okay, I've got some vinyl here that I did pick up between thrift shops and some record stores. And I'm going to start off with, okay, this one here is right on the top. This guy here, his name's Stimulator. The reason I picked this up was immediately the cover caught my attention with this cassette deck, old cassette deck on there. But this is sort of synthy poppy. The drumming kicks off with sort of a Let There Be Drums, Gene Krupa, Sandy Nelson type of thing, but it progresses along to that thumpy drone synthesizer kind of thing. I don't know if you're into that sort of thing, that you might like this, but I thought I'd pick it up for $1. This one here, I picked this up at a record shop when we happened to be away on a bit of a driving holiday. It's from 1978. The group's called Creed, not to be confused with the Creed of the later 1980s. These guys do a sort of a mid-70s rock. The drummer has synthesizers on his drums, Sinaires, that sort of thing. But it's still hard rocking. It's got some great guitar work in it. This for me is a better copy than the one that I had. It cost me a few bucks, but that's okay because I really like it. If you should see it in a thrift shop or whatever, pick it up. It is really cool. This one here I also picked up at a record shop. This is a double. It's an English pressing, and it's called Free Creek. And what it is, these guys got together. It's the drummer Mitch Mitchell from Jimi Hendrix, Buzz Fighton, who played with Paul Butterfield Band, and it's got a bunch of different jazz guys in it. And they got together and did sort of a jam session thing, recorded live. It's very cool. It's a neat thing. If you see that, pick it up. Here, this one, Ronnie Hawkins. It's an early Ronnie Hawkins and the Hawks, and there's a picture on the back. And this had Levon Helm in the group at this time. It's an early one. The cover's immaculate. The record's in darn good shape too. Ronnie Hawkins, sort of early 50s, 60s rock and roll. The guy really belts it out. Very cool. Oh, this was an interesting one. This is from 1968. These guys are called Twin Connections. It's two brothers, Jerry and Jay Hopkins. And the producer of this album, he also produced The Circle, the early 60s group that had a hit with Turn Down Day. Well, they also do a cover of that, Turn Down Day. The same producers are doing this. Soft, pop psych, sunshine pop. It's very good. The backup is good. Sort of a bit of orchestral, that sort of thing. Way cool. A bit rare, You should see that. Pick it up. Okay, here we have this one here. Peter Green, former guitar player with Fleetwood Mac, left the group, went a bit weird, was a gravedigger for a while, came back, did some solo efforts. This is a later one from 1979. And he does do some covers on here. Born Under a Bad Sign, that's a shorter one. He does the title track, Little Dreamer, that's 7 minutes. There are some 5-minuters on here. It's pretty good. I think maybe that's about it. Oh, I've got one more here. This one here. It's by a fellow called David Axelrod, and it's called Earth Rot. This is from 1970. And it's sort of a folky, jazzy album with some good jazz players. He's got Ernie Watt on tenor saxophone, a bit psyche, a bit, more on the mellow side, but it's got sort of a psyche feel to it. It's quite interesting and quite cool. Well, that's about it for now. If you like it, leave a comment. This is Bob, Rockin' Bob, saying goodbye for now. Thank you.